the way we think it should be, and then we end up disappointing ourselves. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Come on. Good morning. If you're wondering who this fuzzy person is, I have a special guest with me this morning. I'll wait for a few people to come on. Come on. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I have a special guest with me this morning. It is Happy Friday. It's Encouraging Friday. It's Amazing Friday. All that wonderful stuff. Thank you for joining my live this morning. Welcome on my live. For those of you who are here and waiting for a few more people. You want to say hey to the people? My dog is with me, my special guest. Say hey, Micah. Micah, say hey. Say hey to the people. Wave a paw. Say hi. My name is Micah. He's like, He got in trouble this morning, so he is in timeout. So that's why he is stuck with me right now. He decided to potty on the floor. I woke up this morning and saw a mess. But anyway, so say hey to the people. Say hey. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so good morning, guys. It's Friday. I'm trying to get my lighting to get together. It is Friday. It's a wonderful Friday. It's Encouraging Friday. It's Amazing Friday. Fantastic Friday. All of the above. All right. So once again, I do thank each and every one of y'all for tuning into my lives so faithfully. So faithfully. I wait for some more people to come on because I think a few people have left out. Excuse me. You know, he's smelling the spot where he used the bathroom at. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get started because I'm a little pressed for time and I got to get to work this morning. Oh, my skin just peeled. Anyway, so good morning. Thank you for joining my live this morning. It is Happy Friday. It's Amazing Friday. We made it through yet another week. So thankful for that. Yeah, I'm so thankful for that. So that's number one. Number two, I will announce the Cash App winner at the end of this live. But right now, let's go ahead and get into the topic for today. So the topic today is... Hold on. The topic today is pressing through disappointments. Okay. So I know a lot of you guys are typing in and out, but if y'all can stay in here for just a moment, thank you. All right. So, so the topic today is pressing through disappointments. So I know many of y'all who are watching and I know many of you guys have dealt with disappointments in your life, period, point blank. Like, I'm sure of it. We all have experienced disappointments in life because we've had our expectations at a certain point where we expect it to happen right then and on our timing and all that stuff. And sometimes, things don't happen the way we think it should happen. And that is for a numerous of reasons. And that's number one, sometimes it may not be that right timing that God has for us. So we expect it right then and there, and God's like, no, you ain't even ready to handle that. So I'm gonna put this on hold for you because you ain't ready. But see, we set our expectations and we put our trust so much in the way we think it should be, and then we end up disappointing ourselves because we have this bar up here, this expectation where it's like, it's gonna be the way I need it to be. But then, like I said, sometimes we're not ready to handle it that way. So God is like, okay, I have to put you on hold for a moment to make sure that you're ready to handle it. So, that's why it doesn't happen the way you desire it to happen. And sometimes, and we all, there's my favorite scripture that I love to read is it's in Isaiah. It says, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. My ways and my thoughts are nothing like your thoughts. So we got to understand that the God of this universe, he knows all things. He knows everything, the beginning to the end. So he knows how things should go. So we have to find ways to get ourselves out of the equation, get our feelings out of the equation, to stop setting these high expectations of how we want certain things to be. Because sometimes God is like, nah, I don't want it to go that way. I want it to go this way because the way you got going on is not what I set up for you, right? Okay, so that's that, right? That's that whole situation. Yeah. So that is how we deal with pressing through disappointments. Because like I said, I'm sure we've had plenty of disappointments this year. Some of us had birthdays and we had planned to go on trips and vacations. Some of us have wanted to just do certain things this year and could not do it because of COVID, because of whatever else has gotten shut down. And so we have gotten disappointed. We have faced adversity. We have faced all these problems. So how do you press through disappointments? First of all, we have a perfect example. Joseph in the Bible. Oh my gosh, that man had dreams, all these wonderful, fascinating dreams that will occur in his life. He had these wonderful dreams that he was going to be high king, high priest, and all this great stuff, and that his whole life would be perfect. We all want our lives to be perfect, but we have to understand that we live in an imperfect world and we're imperfect people. So that these things won't be perfect. Nothing will be perfect unless we are in heaven. And so we have to get that through our minds. That's number one. And so Joseph, he didn't get that in his mind that, okay, I don't live in a perfect world. So all these dreams I'm having, it's not going to happen the way I expect it to happen. So he had to go through trials and tribulations to grow, to learn, and so that he could handle that position of higher rank of being a king, right? And so, he had to go through those things where he had to get, his friends, good morning, his friends his brothers betrayed him. His brothers threw him, he threw him in a well, and his brothers, I keep saying his friends, but his brothers sold him to slavery. Like, he had a lot of things that happened that were disappointments. Like, okay, God, I had this dream, but why am I in slavery now? I'm far away from my family. I'm in slavery. I get thrown into prison. I get all these bad things that happen to me, like traumatic bad things. Why is this happening to me? But you gave me this wonderful dream, and it was so perfect that I just felt like it was real. Yeah, it will be real, but it's a timing thing. And so when you get to that point where there is a timing of everything, you gotta stop setting high expectations of the way you think it should be. The way you think it should be is not the way it should go, because like I said earlier, God says my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways. My thoughts are nothing like your thoughts. So you have to really depend and lean on God and know that he knows better. He knows best. And the way you desire it to be, he got a better way of how it should be. And so we have to stop. It's not saying that you're supposed to lower your standards or anything like that, but we have to stop having this expectation that we think that it should go the way we want it to go. Like, we should have our way. Like, no. None of that happens. It should never get to the point where we expect that we should have our way. It should be our way or no way. No, that's not how everything goes. And so you have to set your mind on the right things. Good morning. You have to set your mind on the right things. to wait for that right timing where God can say, okay, here is your dream now. Now your dream has come true because you are ready. You're ready to handle it. You're in the right place where I want you to be in this area of your life. So now here you are. Here is the dream that you desired, the expectation that you wanted to be, but it's so much better than the way you were going to do it, right? You want it right then, right now, and it's like you ain't even ready. Like I'm gonna give you an example. So okay, so you like, God, I want to be a millionaire. I'm ready to have this big old house, this nice car, all this stuff, and you go through all these little deep measures to get it, right? And then you end up broke and feeling unhappy and all this stuff. And that's because you went about it your way. But if you had waited and let God work through your heart and work through your mind and your character to get you to that point, you would be more happier, right? But so many times we try to do things our way to get what we want. We want it right now, right then, and then we end up being disappointed because of it. So you have to stop setting these expectations so high instead of consulting with God first. That's not to say that Joseph didn't consult with God, but he did. Yeah. I agree. A lot of people do confuse waiting on God with doing nothing. That's true. So a lot of people do that. They actually just say, hey, I'm going to do it this way. I'm not even going to consult with God. I'm not even going to wait on God because this is the way I see it in my mind. Like Joseph, this is what Joseph, he said, this is the way I see it in my dream, and I'm going to follow through. I'm going to find a way to let it happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm just make sure I be seen, that somebody going to acknowledge me to be king and all this stuff. No. It don't work like that. You really have to sit back. Okay, when God gives you that dream, you have to sit back. Okay, sit back, wait on God, and then when He tell you to move, then you move. Don't be like, okay, I had this dream, I'm about to move on this. No, you can't. That's not how it works. So that's one reason why people are so disappointed, because of their own choices that they have made. The choices that they have made led them to disappointment. But sometimes you have those disappointments where, we are human. We make mistakes where we're like, okay, yeah, I forgot to seek God about this first. I forgot. Sometimes we do have that time where we're like, okay, we forgot to seek God. And then you have those things like, like this pandemic of everything is like shut down and you can't do certain things, but nobody told you to plan that far in advance. No, I'm just joking. But seriously, that's why I can't stress this enough. Every decision that we make, everything that we do in this life, we have to seek God first. We have to consult with Him, wait on Him, and let Him tell us when it's time to move. And then we won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? Get your instructions. Get what you need. Get the instructions you need first before you proceed, so you won't get disappointed. And if you do happen to get disappointed because you forgot to seek God, that's when you need to take some time and sit down again and say, okay, where did I go wrong? And God, help me through this disappointment. I'm hurt right now. My heart is broken. Like I expected it to be this way and it didn't happen this way. I'm gonna give you a good example. And for those of you watching, y'all know I'm transparent. I don't mind being transparent. I feel like transparency brings deliverance and it helps others, right? So I had a situation. I ain't gonna name no names, but I had a situation where God was showing me this individual, and he was showing me this individual, and that he possibly would be my mate, right? And I was like, okay. And I had all these dreams and visions about it. And me in my mind, we get in our minds. So we get in our fleshly minds so much where we want to take control and try to figure it out. Like how we going to do this thing, right? We try to figure it out in our minds. As soon as we get a dream, we're like, okay, let's figure out how we going to allow this to come true, right? Instead of saying, okay, God, I'm going to let this come true. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm trying to analyze it. Okay, so how should I approach this individual, or how should I? And that's where I went wrong. And so when I did go And and God he spoke to me and told me, okay, I need you to move at this time. So I did hear that part. But when I did it, I didn't do it exactly how he told me to do it. I did it in my own little way. I freestyled it. And the person was just like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? And like, no, and so it was just like, dang, God, you told me. God, like, no, I didn't tell you to do it like that. You chose to do it your way. And when you chose to do it your way, you're going to disappoint yourself. So don't look at me and say, God, I'm disappointed in you. No, you did it. It's you who did it, not me, right? God, like, I didn't do it. You did it. So we have to be careful how we approach situations, because when we do it, every time it will fail. It will fall through the roof. Like, it will just fall. Like, the whole plan that we have will always fall through. But if we seek him, if we talk to God first about everything, then everything will go smoothly and we won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? So, like I said, how would you handle and deal with and pressing through disappointments? Definitely sit back, calm your nerve, calm yourself, and talk to God and wait for his instructions. And then as you wait for his instructions, then you move. And when you move, do it exactly the way he said it. Do it exactly the way he said it, because it will avoid a lot of disappointments down the road. Trust me, I'm a witness where, like, I was so disappointed, my heart was broke, and I was mad and at the end of the day, realizing it now, like, I was mad at myself because I moved and I didn't do exactly the way God wanted me to do it. I moved out of my flesh, out of my will, emotions, and desire. Now, granted, that individual had his own choice, his own will to say, no, I don't want to, that was his choice. But had I had done it exactly the way God told me to do it, it probably would have went a different way. But looking back at it now, I'm truly thankful that it didn't happen, period. I'm glad that God said, no, that's not what I want for you. And I'm glad, I can move on. But so, like I said, we all live, we learn, we grow. But the main important thing about pressing through disappointments is you definitely want to make sure that you wait, that you pause and say, okay, I'm going to wait for instructions before I move on this whole situation. You don't want to move prematurely, like I said last week. You don't want to move prematurely. A couple weeks ago I said that. But you don't want to move prematurely and then be like, dang, like, what just happened here? You want to wait. You want to step back. You want to. But how, like I said, when you press through though, good morning, happy Friday. When you press through disappointments, this is the best thing I can recommend. You pray and ask God to help you through this disappointment. Heal your heart from your mistakes, because it's really your mistakes that you made because you decided to move. So pray, ask God to help you and heal your heart so you can move on and learn from what you've done to cause the disappointment, and then go forward, right? I do realize that sometimes God allows disappointments to come to teach us lessons that he is in control. Like, I don't think anybody really gets this thing, that God really is in control. Like, it don't matter if you don't put him in control. He's still in control because he created this whole entire universe. So he knows exactly when, why, how. He knows exactly. That is good scripture. I love that scripture. Yes. Like, he knows everything. So being that God knows everything, why not allow him to lead us into every decision-making process we have? Why not allow? And look, check this out. God is the God who gave Joseph them dreams. So if he's the God who gave Joseph them dreams, then he knew that everything was going to work together for his good. He knew that he was going to have to go through certain things in order to get him to that place. the higher the call, the higher the trials and tribulations that you go through. And so sometimes that teaches us lessons in life that, okay, all right, so if God called me in this dream, then I got to go through some things in order to be able to be ready to handle that whole title of being a king or being, whatever it is that God called you to be. So that is all I have for y'all today. The topic of the day is just pressing through disappointments and realizing that disappointments will come, trials will come, but be still. My favorite, I have so many favorite scriptures, but be still and know that He is God. Be still. You know what I'm saying? Sit down somewhere, like Medea said. Sit down somewhere and just be still and know that He is God. The God who created you, the God who created this universe. God sees your life in the future. He saw it before you even can get there. So He knows exactly how, when, and why. He knows when and how to do it. He knows the timing. He knows every step that you take. He knows. So why not just step back, sit back, and say, when you get that dream and you like, okay, God, when is it going to happen? Step back, get some peace in yourself, within yourself, and say, okay, God, I know that you're going to let it happen whenever you're ready to let it happen in my life. And I'm going to just go forward with that. And just be still. And when the timing do come, when the timing does come, you'll be so much happier and you'll be so much peaceful. It'll be like so smooth. It'll be like so smooth. You know what I mean? So allow that to be your testimony. Let God's peace overrule your heart today. If you got a dream on your heart that God is giving you, let peace reign in your heart. Wait for Him to speak and give you instructions to move forward in that dream. Don't just move based off of how you feel and what you do. And you can't move off of your intellect. Like, okay, you got all these degrees and you know how to maneuver. Good morning, April. You know how to maneuver, the business sense in how to make that dream work. No. Waiting and getting instruction is key. When God gives you a dream or a vision, you have to wait for instructions so He can show you each step of the way of how to maneuver and go through, because like I said, His thoughts are not our thoughts. So I don't care how much intellectual book smart we have or college degree we have, God's smartness is way better than ours, and He can figure things out way better than we can and set it up so pretty to the point where like, dang, God, you did that way better than me. Like, I'm going to sit down and be quiet, So just lean on that and know that God is in control. Wait for His instructions and let Him lead you to guide you through these dreams and visions that you had. Because at the end of the day, He got it. He knows the ways to maneuver and get you ready to handle that dream that you had or that vision or that goal. He knows it. So no matter how many times you write it down on your little vision board, like, oh, it's going to happen today. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Listen, honey, listen. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to be so disappointed. I'm telling you, I've been there and done that too many times. I hit the brick wall thousands of times because I didn't listen to instructions. I chose to try to map it out on my own in my mind. Like, okay, I know how this going to work. That's right. Like, like when you try to map it out in your mind, it's like, wait a minute. I ain't smart. I'm not smarter than God. Like, God is the all-powerful, all-knowing God. He created this whole entire universe that I'm living in right now. He created it. He knows all things. So why not wait, listen, and trust that He got it? Good morning. And He does. He has everything in the palm of His hand. We just have to really believe and trust that He got it. Like, some of us don't really trust that God got us. Like, don't you think the God who gave you that dream and that vision and that goal, he gonna be the God that's gonna take care of it and help you along the way to get to those points, point A and point B and point C and point D, if there is a point D. So that is the topic for today. So press through this disappointment. If you happen to, not listen to the instructions that God gave you and you end up being disappointed, just be still and be quiet before the Lord and just ask God to help you and heal you and renew you and get you through that little point and just learn your lesson and try again. Good morning. Try again. And that is what I have for y'all today. Like I said earlier, I was going to, good morning. That's right. So thank y'all for watching that and listening to what I had to say. But like I said in the beginning of the live, that I was going to announce the Cash App winner today, because I do greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys who come on my live every morning to show love and to comment and to like and to share and all these great things, because you don't really have to do that. You don't even have to chime in my live to see what I'm talking about. You can just say, I'm going on through my day. So I certainly appreciate each and every one of you guys. Every one of you guys who are on my live every day faithfully, just listening to what I have to say and hoping it helps you throughout your day. So you have to go through certain things to get to this place. So that I agree with that, Charles. Absolutely. So that is all I have, and like I said, I thank you guys for tuning into my live every Friday to get an encouraging word, to uplift your spirits, to help you get through the day. You know what I mean? Because I do understand sometimes. God bless you too. Sometimes, we need encouragement. We go through different things and opposition always comes and we're like, dang, like I want to react and go off and get frustrated, but we have to remember that we have to be focused on what we're set out to do and encourage other people. So that is my assignment, to do that, is to encourage other people, to lift people up, to move forward in life, especially in this pandemic. A lot of people have lost loved ones. A lot of people have died, and friends and family have died. And we all need encouragement. We need that push to go forward. So I'm going to continue to do that until God says different. And that's what we're going to do. And I do thank you for tuning into my live this Friday. And I pray that so I do appreciate everybody who has definitely done that. And like I say, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Thank you, April. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. And like I say every Friday, don't let nobody, I don't care who it is, don't let nobody mess up your Friday, because you are the one to determine the course of how your day is going to go. I don't care how frustrating it can be. You determine. You speak life over your day. Not death, not frustration, not anger. You speak life over your day, and you will receive life abundantly, and you will have peaceful life, a peaceful day, if you speak over your life and your day. So that's all I have for y'all today, and I will see you next Friday. Next Friday, I'm not gonna say around the same time, because sometimes I oversleep. But to God be the glory of everything that he's done. And I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Until next Friday.